Hello. This is Jean-Luc Martel of the Middle Ground, or at least ever aspiring to be. And today I have got a funny one for you. And this is important, so listen up. Anybody who's either using or thinking of buying a Epson EcoTank printer needs to know this. This is pretty important, and it'll save you a lot of money and grief. So you've got two bottles here. Both are ink to refill an Epson printer. They look the same except for the color, right? Well, they're not, because this bottle and this bottle will not work in the same printer. Yeah, I know, right? Like, why would they do something like that? The bottles look identical. I mean, like, look at this. They've even got the same, pretty much the same dimensions as far as I can tell. And yet, they're not compatible. You literally cannot plug them in and get the ink to go into the printer, is what I'm saying. You might get the ink all over the printer or whatever instead. I found that out the hard way because I bought this today from Best Buy for $20, which, by the way, is a complete freaking ripoff, and it's the second important part to tell you. So, if you're using an Epson, the one I've got, let me just refresh my memory here. I've got an Epson T7, I've got an Epson ET2720, okay? This is the one you want. It has to say 422 on it. I mean, it has to say 522 on it. You see, I'll try to get close to the camera there. 522. You can see that very clearly. This is the one you don't want because it will not plug into the printer. And you'll waste time and effort. And you'll have to return it to get the right one. Now, the reason this happened was because usually Best Buy is pretty damn good with customer service, but today they must have been off or something because the guy, I asked about the bottle, and I needed a bottle, a refill, and he just went over to the rack, pulled one, I'm guessing just a random ass bottle, and handed it to me, and I didn't know that this was a thing that it could happen. I didn't know it could not be able to plug into my printer. I thought all the bottles would just fit. You could get bigger ones, smaller ones, but otherwise it all fit, right? Well, apparently they don't, and ironically, so I paid $20 for this brand new bottle. It doesn't fit in, so I'm like, what the hell? So I go online. I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong, right? Because of course I think I'm doing something wrong. So instead I find out that you can get that, it's a compatibility issue. So, that's what the numbers are for, basically. The number has to be 522 for the kind I've got. And instead I got, the guy just gave me this without even asking me what kind of printer you've got. So thanks to his screw up, and I put this review on Best Buy. Apparently these guys, even when they screw up, they don't screw up. So because of this, I've gone online and I've checked out various options, and I got a pack of 3 compatible bottles of ink. They're aftermarket ones, so I'm not sure if they're quite as good, but honestly, I don't really need the best quality ink anyways. So 3 bottles, this big, for the exact same price, delivered right to my door. So if you want to know how to fail properly, how to screw up a customer service and still do your customer a favor, that's how you do it. So yeah, if you're using an Epson printer and you can't figure out, I was watching a video trying to figure out if I was doing the wrong thing. And I saw a lot of people in the comment sections saying, I can't get my thing to fit. It just won't fit in the comment sections and similar stuff. And I'm like, well, now I know why they were all saying that, because this isn't something that they tell you or at least not very well. So if you have an Epson printer and you can't figure out why your bottle won't fit, this is why. Because you're using the wrong bottle. It needs to fit properly to make sure it doesn't end up all over the place and whatever. Uh, so yeah, and do yourself a favor and don't buy the brand new bottles. They are a ripoff. You're paying, like I said, I'm getting 3 bottles of aftermarket ink for the same price as one of the brand new ones. Oh, and you can recycle these. So do that, because when these are recycled, that means they don't go into landfill. That means they get returned, they get resold, and the resold bottles, which are apparently go through a very thorough cleaning process to make sure they work and everything, are sold at a much lower price because they don't need to produce a brand new bottle. They just fix it up, clean it, and refill it, and that's it. So do yourself and the environment a favor and recycle these things. Find out wherever you can take them to recycle them. And you might even be able to get bonuses for recycling them. I don't know. You probably can get that at Staples, but I mean, make sure before you head. Don't just assume anything. Call and make sure that you can get a bonus for some kind of bonus for recycling. So I've got 3 bottles right now. Actually, 4 counting the black one. And not this black one. 4 counting the black one. That I can recycle, and I might get some bonus or something for it. Anyways, that's been my surprise product review. Not really I guess it is a product review of sorts. So yeah, I hope this helps anybody with an Epson printer, or anybody looking to save a shit ton of money on ink. Because anybody who has an ink printer knows that the ink is the most expensive part. Like and subscribe if you like the video.